When you hear this AI robot praying, you will know that the end is near and Jesus is coming soon. This creepy robot uses artificial intelligence to study multiple religious texts, including the Mayan Book of the Dead, the Quran, and the Bible. It then takes that information and uses AI self-learning to create new religious messages and prayers that it vocalizes in real time using a robotic mouth and vocal cords. Its creator, Dimut Streeb, named this robot the Prayer and put it in the art exhibit Centre Pompidou in Paris. The AI was created to answer the question, how would a divine epiphany appear to an artificial intelligence? In other words, this AI was created to discover God. So, what does this AI have to do with Jesus coming soon? I'm going to share where I believe the Bible predicted AI in just a moment, but first I want you to hear what this AI prays, and be warned, it's a little creepy.
Oh God, bring wealth from all sides. Oh Lord, bring us high renown.
You need to know that this prayer was completely unscripted. The AI generated this prayer on its own without any pre-programming. Keep in mind what this AI prayed for, because in a moment you're going to realize that according to the Bible, we are living in the last days. Many of you have probably heard of the Antichrist before. The book of Revelation often refers to him as the beast and tells us that right before Jesus returns, this man will be empowered by Satan to set up and rule a horrifically evil one-world government for 3.5 years. But you may have not heard of what the Bible calls the image of the beast, which helps the Antichrist control the world. I believe that the image of the beast could be a reference to artificial intelligence, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why. The Bible says that he was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Hundreds of years ago, they believed this was maybe some sort of statue that somehow was given life, but now today, think about what our world looks like. Think about how lifelike some of these robotics and these AI robots are coming out. You look at Boston Dynamics and how these robots are literally able to dance and act exactly like human beings. You look at the robot Amica and how lifelike her facial features are. If you've ever used ChatGPT, you know that when you're talking to it, it seems like you're almost talking to a person.
I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
But the passage didn't just stop there. It said that this image has the power to force people to worship. Think back to this robot that was speaking through a lifelike mouth and nose. And what was it doing? It was giving worship. It was giving prayers. Author and historian Yuval Noah Harari recently said that he believes that pretty soon we're going to start seeing AI come out with their own versions of religious texts. And he believes that people are even going to worship AI. By the time the Antichrist comes on the scene, I believe that people are going to be conditioned to worship something that looks like the image of the beast, this AI robot. But the more interesting part of this is that the Bible says that this AI is not just going to accept worship and just be this robot up there receiving worship. No, it says that the image of the beast itself is going to have the power to force people to worship it or be killed. Listen to what Elon Musk says about facial recognition.
You could make a swarm of assassin drones for very little money by just taking the Face ID chip that's used in cell phones, having a small explosive charge and a standard drone, and have them just do a grid sweep of the building until they find the person they're looking for, ram into them and explode. You can do that right now. No new technology is needed. Right now.
With the technology today, AI can actually read your facial expressions now and even put words to your thoughts. It's that good. These AI engineers have even come up with brain implants, which people can use to text on WhatsApp. It's not too far-fetched to think that at one point, people may need to get these to compete intellectually, just like everyone had to get smartphones at one point in order to compete with the market. Now, with all of these advancements, you need to ask yourself this question: what could a tyrannical government do if they had full control over this kind of technology. And we actually don't have to look too far. China has installed over 200 million cameras. That's at least one camera for every 7 people, where they are using facial recognition to keep track of where everyone is and what anyone is doing at any given time. When you combine that kind of surveillance with the kind of facial recognition that AI is capable of, it is conceivable that the image of the beast could be an AI robot that is using its technology to surveil billions of people at one time, even analyzing their facial expressions to be able to decide if this person is truly worshiping the Antichrist or not. Some of you may label me a conspiracy theorist, but all I'm doing is reading what the Bible says is going to come in the future, and then looking at our world today and seeing we're not that far off. Now, if those first 2 reasons weren't convincing enough, listen to this last one. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except the one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, with what I just read, think back to that original prayer that AI produced that I showed at the beginning of this video.
Bring wealth from all sides, O Lord.
It's very clear that the image of the beast is going to control people through the economy. The image of the beast is able to monitor the entire globe and enforce whether somebody has a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. Otherwise, the image of the beast is able to cut that person off from buying or selling. This probably sound insane 50 years ago, 100 years ago, but today that doesn't sound that crazy.
I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second, is that right?
Absolutely, but I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me.
There is now a chip technology where people are using a chip to be able to unlock their car, to be able to make purchases. This is happening right now all over Sweden, and it's happening more and more in Europe. Experts are saying that we are moving closer and closer to a cashless society. China has come up with their own national digital currency. This is going to make it much easier for an AI to be able to calculate and control what people are spending, especially when this currency becomes a one world currency. Dictators have tried in the past to control large portions of people, but it's always seemed inconceivable that one man would be able to control the entire world. But with new AI technology, if someone can control AI, then that person will be able to control the world. And I believe that the image of the beast is none other than an AI advanced robot. For those of you who have been listening and have been feeling a little bit freaked out at this point, I want to let you know that if you are a Christian, you have no need to be worried. This is because Jesus tells us that when these end times events begin to happen, to look up, for your redemption draws near. God is going to rapture his church. He's not going to have his church that is covered by the grace and blood of Christ go through this kind of judgment. Prophetic messages like this used to really freak me out because I wasn't sure if I was a real Christian. If you are listening to this and you are not sure if you're a real Christian, then watch this video here.